I know, back talking about Life is Strange again, but can you blame me? I'm super hyped for this game, and I love this series. If you don't like this type of content by me, I do have another video coming this week that you'll probably enjoy. But yes, we have more to talk about with Life is Strange. There's already some theories, and I personally have some concerns with the game, so we're going to start with theories, and we'll get to the concerns later. The fan base, as of recently, ever since the trailer came out the gate, we're mentioning this theory about an owl. I know that sounds crazy. Well, we don't have a ton to go on since we only have a little bit of the game so far. I found this one to be very interesting. Fans have been pointing out this owl that shows up in the trailers and a good little bit of the gameplay reveal. And it has me wondering if this is going to be like the new butterfly or white-tailed deer or whatever, you know. Now, we all know that in the Life is Strange series, or at least 1, 2, and Before the Storm, each character has like an animal spirit to kind of represent their overall role in the story or embody them from their motivations, with something like the butterfly in Life is Strange 1, or especially like the wolves in Life is Strange 2, you get it. And so far in the trailers, the owl is the one that stands out from just the opening shot to Max taking a picture of one right before the main conflict of the game begins. Max even has an owl patch on her jacket. Symbolism in Life is Strange is nothing new, and the owl isn't the only thing to take note of, and all this was really pointed out by all of you. The symbolism starts when Safi says this interesting quote that I'll put right here.
Carl Sandburg called it a friend for the lonesome to talk to.
Pretty.
Now, Safi could just be spewing some artsy-fartsy stuff, but right after that quote she says, she gets the phone call that pulls her away. To her death. Shortly after she walks off, Max takes a picture of the moon, and she gets a little bit of a headache. When I was watching the live stream, something was starting to feel familiar about all that. And what I'm getting at here is just the symbolism of it all. In mythology, mainly of the northwest region of the world, the moon is meant to be like a symbol of guidance, protector, a timekeeper, a symbol of transformation. And as for the owl, it's supposed to symbolize wisdom, protection, intuition, and insight, and all that stuff. And without going into a huge rabbit hole, the owl can also be considered another symbol for the moon. What a trip. Now, while some fans are debating whether this owl is supposed to symbolize Max or Safi, some say it's meant to represent a completely separate entity, which is just dope, and is the camp that I'm currently in. It makes this so much more interesting, just from this little thing, and it's crazy how people pick up on this. I mean, it's kind of spelled out a little, but how deep some people are going into it was pretty interesting. So, back on symbolism, though, the owl is thought to be connected to the spirit realm, being able to travel amongst the living and dead to guide lost souls, and this very owl shows up right at the moment that Safi is gonna be murdered, or kind of like the in-between moment. The owl is here to guide us through this journey. I love this theory. There's not much more to go on than that. I'm sure I could go for a hot minute on it, but that's what I got from it. I mean, we're going to need some more gameplay, but out the gate, that makes this way more interesting, as some people are even theorizing, and this makes a lot of sense, that Safi's said killer has a supernatural kind of element to it. Not like a ghost, but maybe a person with powers themselves. Because they mentioned, like, no footprints, fingerprints, any trace of evidence, which is, in this day and age, damn near impossible to just do. So, there's just a lot on it, and it's super interesting. That's one I don't know enough about to even put an opinion on, but either way, so far, dope. And another little Easter egg I do want to mention here before we get into the rest of the stuff I wanted to talk about that I thought was a cool little Easter egg that people pointed out is that, we talked about the owl pin or patch or whatever on Max's jacket, but she also has a patch of a white-tailed deer, which is a cool little callback to Life is Strange 1. But moving on, the concerns people are having with this game, and myself included, is the fact that Deck 9 is the one making it. And not too long ago, they had some controversy coming out from the studio, and most fans, myself included, probably preferred Don't Not Entertainment to bring back our beloved character. which makes sense. I mean, I thought Deck 9 did a great job with Before the Storm and an amazing job with True Colors. And the only problem I had with True Colors is the game is too short, that's a good sign. But Don't Nod were the original creators. They created Max. They created that story. It would have been nice to see them give it another shot. But obviously, Don't Nod Entertainment sold the rights to Life is Strange to Square Enix. Square Enix gave it to Deck 9. It is what it is, and they're still coming out with a really dope game this year, Lost Records, that I'm also super hyped for. So I guess it all kind of works out. But the thing is, and this could be very true, and this is kind of the concerning part, is that Deck 9 is most definitely only bringing Max back for marketing, which is 100% true. While I've enjoyed every single Life is Strange game, like I said, that's come out since the original, I've never been so hyped for a new Life is Strange game ever. And of course it's for marketing, but it's okay as long as they're bringing her back with good intentions, which from how they were talking about the game, from what we've seen so far, I personally think that seems to be the case. I think they'll do right by Max. At least we can only hope. It seems good so far, but there is another elephant in the room from the first game, Chloe. Now, the developer said you don't have to play the first game to understand this one. They did want to respect the decision from the first game. But the big question is the impact that will have in the game. As no doubt, the gameplay footage they showed us, I'll start with this. They said that like very close to the beginning of the game, you're going to be asked a question whether, basically kind of like they did in Life is Strange 2, did you sacrifice Arcadia Bay or did you sacrifice Chloe? And I feel like the footage they showed us, where it showed us the little picture of Chloe, that's in the ending where you sacrifice Chloe. So we don't know what the sacrifice Arcadia Bay choice will do for this game and what it'll change. Do I think Chloe will get to play a big role? If so, probably not. But she might get mentioned a little more. They seem to be moving slightly away from that story to tell this one while respecting the original, of course. So how are they going to pull it off? I don't know. Maybe how they kind of did it with Life is Strange 2. We have the picture, maybe a phone call or like a video call, some nice little cutscene that won't have really any relevance to the actual like story. Like she's not going to show up and be our partner in time, right? But how much she'll show up, I don't know. I hope it's a decent amount. I guess, again, it depends on the ending you choose. We can only hope is all it's left down to. See, and that's the problem that I now have with the ending for Life is Strange 1. That obviously it's a choice game and you want choices, right? But having those two choices, having Chloe involved in that choice, even though that's kind of the twist of it all, kind of muddies things up to bring those characters back. Because if she came back for a sequel, then that gives your choice-based game a canonical ending, which they never wanted to do. They always wanted to leave it up to you. So it really sucks, because I would like to see Chloe come back with Max, together in another adventure. But, I'm definitely more stoked to just have Max anyway. While I wish Don't Nod handled this game, I think Deck 9 is going to do great. So far from what I've seen, this game looks amazing. It's so good to see Max again after almost 10 years. Seeing her grow, which she really has grown. Like, obviously she's an adult now, but in the original Life is Strange, she was shy, unsure of herself, and now as an adult, with what she went through, she seems a lot more outgoing, confident, strong. I honestly just can't wait to see more of this game. So, what are some of your theories? Well, I guess there can't be too many theories, right? We don't have much to go on the game. But what are some of the hopes for this game? What do you want to see in the new Life is Strange? Let me know in the comments below. Let's talk Life is Strange. If you made it this far in the video, thank you. You're awesome. That's all I got for you today. Be sure to share, like, and subscribe to see more of what I've done and what's to come. But anyways, thanks for coming, and thanks for watching.
Literally never wanted to play a game more in my entire life.